You know, I keep wanting to look outside to be sure it's not raining frogs, because the fact that I am now excited about a Guardians of the Galaxy movie has got to be a sign of the apocalypse. So, first teaser trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy is out. This was going to be the benchmark on whether or not they were going to get the tone of this thing right. You know what? Nailed it. And it's constructed really well as a teaser, especially for this team of heroes that, frankly, nobody knows. And they know that. And so we get introduced to all the characters, focusing mostly on Star-Lord. And can I just point out that I love the fact that as presented in this teaser, in this team of aliens, which includes a talking tree and a gun-toting raccoon, the goofy guy is the human. You know, he thinks he's so much cooler than he is, and he's just smart-ass enough that he's funny, but he's also a little bloated on himself in that kind of silly way. You're like, oh, man. But in a fun way. Gamora, who's, you know, she's all green, but she's badass, and it's like the green aliens that Kirk was always seducing on Star Trek are like, you know what, we're sick of being used, we're gonna kick some ass now. That's the vibe I get off her, and I love it. We don't really get too much sense of Drax the Destroyer, aside from the fact that he looks like he could kick a lot of ass. But you know, when your name is Drax the Destroyer, do we really need much more from you than you're gonna kick a lot of ass? Rocket Raccoon, he just looks badass, and the couple of shots of action we get with him, where he's got the guns and just I love that the tiniest, goofiest character is not being treated goofy. That ooga chunka, ooga, ooga, ooga chunka. Not only does it get a one joke bit with the Walkman and the headphones, but God, Walkman, I just dated myself really badly. But then they bring it back during that what's become sort of the standard build in the audios. And during that, it comes back, ooga chunka, ooga, and it works really well. And suddenly it's like almost badass. You want to start pumping your fist. Ooga chunka, ooga, ooga, ooga chunka. And John C. Reilly, how great is it to just hear him talking about these characters? I had forgotten he was even in this thing. How did that go over my head? But it's got this high energy and it feels right what it should be. And I'm really excited about this. The only thing that makes me a tiny bit nervous is the use of Hooked on a Feeling as the title came up. It's just one tiny notch too goofy. Like everything up to that point had been just goofy enough. It was like the perfect balance, but then that is like, that's a little too jokey. And James Gunn, who's wrote and directed this thing, does that on occasion, where like he takes something that's working, but then just notches it up a little more than he should. Then again, I'd rather have a film be mostly on the money and take one step too far rather than be dull and boring and something I've seen a million times. This does not feel like something I've seen a million times. This looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm definitely excited about it. So what was a movie that you thought was going to stink, but then suddenly a great trailer made you go, oh, I could see that? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, Council is adjourned.